Good evening and welcome back to the Owls Playbook, a keen equinox podcast hosted by none other than myself, Nate Wallenhopt. We're here this week with not only one, but now two special guests. They've been here for quite some time and most definitely left their marks. Please welcome Kiley Young and Ben Stafford.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to do this.
Good. Happy to have you guys here. All right, so I'll let you guys tell the folks at home a little about yourself, like your major, your hometown, your class, etc., all that easy stuff. So one of you guys at a time.
Um, I'm from Winchendon, Mass. So most people drive through it when they're coming to Keene. It's like 40 minutes south of here. I'm a nursing major, so definitely a lot of work there with swimming. But I love it. And yeah, so I swim back in IM here. A lot of mid distance stuff, and I was captain this year for the team. So
Hi, I'm Ben Stafford. I'm from Bristol, Connecticut. It's about 2 hours from here. I'm an elementary ed major and double majoring in history. It's not too bad. I'm starting to get into the field now and kind of see how it's going to be in like my career with the little children. I'm in first grade now. It's definitely like you need a lot of patience, but I have that, so it's awesome. And yeah, I was co-captains with Kiley this year. Had a great season, and yeah.
Perfect. So you guys are both doing some hard work, to say the
yeah.
least. All right. So if one of you or both of you could explain the sport of swimming to me, or to the people who are watching, because I myself don't really know much about swimming. I know who Michael Phelps is, and that's about it. So maybe like explain what you guys do for the swim team and your accomplishments, because I know you both have accomplished quite a lot while being here.
I can start. So swimming is, I feel like, a little bit different than other sports. So competing wise, it's very individual. You'll be doing all of your events like individual events, but they'll add up to be like all the points together. So like your team will win, but it's all like scored individually. And obviously, like we have diving as well, so that's kind of similar where it's individual, but all the points are added together, and like the men's and women's team are separate, but we practice and travel together. Um, so it's a little bit tricky because you're competing like for yourself to win, but also for your team to win at the same time.
Mm.
Um, but I personally love that about it because you still get like the team environment and the team support, but um, you're kind of like also pursuing your own goals like alongside with that. Um, but yeah, I feel like past 4 years here have definitely been a lot with swimming. It's kind of changed a lot, especially like through the COVID year. We both came in COVID year, so that season was pretty different. But overall, I think both teams have done really well. Girls team, LACs wise, like we've accomplished a lot and had a lot of good years. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a very hard sport. You need to be like mentally tough.
Mm.
The season we go from late August to this year was like February 18th when we finally finished. So it's a long time. You need to be mentally tough. It's a long like it's a grind, but it's all worth it because the team environment's awesome. We're all very close, so just getting through practice with like a bunch of jokes, like anything it takes to kind of like make the time go by. Um, but yeah, the men's team we for the past 2 years, 2022, right? That was like the first year the men
Mhm.
were like swimming in the LEC meet as a tournament because there were enough teams to compete. We were runner up, and then last year we were runner ups, and then this year was a tough battle between us and Eastern Connecticut. Eastern Connecticut took the runner up title, while Bridgewater won the whole thing. So it's getting really tough. The conference, both men and women this year, we were both third. So it's it got a lot tougher to like in the competition. But no, the women have been like they've been killing it. They were 16 wins straight like last season.
Wow.
Mhm.
So they were like a big threat in the conference. And the men like we work very hard. We got the highest GPA award last
Mhm.
year for like men's teams. So that was like a big accomplishment. That was actually one of our goals for the season last year. Um, we had like a 3.4. So academics are like what we like work towards student athlete. So yeah, I'm excited to see like how that turns out this year because I think a lot of us had a lot of good GPAs.
Sure, that's fantastic
Yeah.
to balance everything.
Yeah.
I mean, both of you clearly
Mhm.
balance a lot with your majors.
Yeah.
All right, so those are some great answers. Let's scroll down a little bit here. So, Kylie, you were named Swimmer of the Week an abundance of times
Yeah.
this year, correct?
Yeah.
So, did that motivate you, or did accolades not really matter to you?
Um, I think personally, like every week, I would always be more focused on kind of um bettering like my times and like my technique rather than like the places like from LECs and stuff. It was definitely like encouraging to see, and I mean like it felt good to like kind of get that recognition,
Mhm.
but my goals for the season and for myself were more like time based. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But yeah, it definitely was crazy this year. Cause I'm never like expecting to get it, and then it'll come out and like someone will send it to me and I'll be like, "Oh, like I didn't even realize."
Sure.
But yeah, definitely like encouraging. And we had like a lot of others for like the divers and stuff too. I know Megan, our freshman, like she got a good amount this season, which was amazing because
Mhm.
she's a first year. So um, yeah, it was good.
Let me
That's
just
great.
say, Kylie like is like a different breed. She like swimming with her in a practice, like she keeps up with the men. It's scary. I had to like move lanes because she would always like be right behind me on my feet, and I'm just like, I gotta get out of here. Like she
He only
Wow.
works.
he only moved one lane over though,
I
so
moved one
like
lane over.
I'll still race next to him and
No,
be
it's like it's
like,
scary. Like she's just like that good, and
Yeah,
like it's like awesome for her because like she just like she always like works on getting better, and she's very like humble, and she doesn't like let that all that like recognition like get to her head and be like, oh, I'm like the best. She like actually like works very hard and
sure.
just like she said, she doesn't expect it, but like it's like an every week occurrence. So
Well, that's some great
yeah.
praise right there. It's definitely different to have somebody else come in and chime in on an interviewee. So that's new. I like it though. I like it a lot. It adds to the context. All right. So as you were saying, both of you are captains for your respective teams, correct? So how does that honor feel? And how do you think you guys were awarded that role?
This is my second year as
Okay.
captain. I'm very honored. That was like one of my goals coming in. I was a captain in high school, um, but I was like a dual captain on the
Hmm.
men's side, and I felt like I didn't really contribute as much as I could have. So I like if I were to like coming into Keene, I'm like if I'm gonna be captain, I need to like up my like my leadership, like my like how I speak to like other people. Like I can't be shy. I like put myself out there. So like that's just like what I've been like watching like the previous captains like before me, and they definitely helped me out a lot. Like just by watching them. One of them was like Kylie's brother. He was like a big role model for me, and I think like I definitely like being. I was actually the only captain like my junior year, so it was like a lot on me, and I had to like change like yeah figure out like what I did wrong in high school and how I can like make myself a better like captain in college, and just like it's a lot it's a lot of pressure, but like I think I was able to like use last year and kind of like feel it out going into this year. I think I did like a lot better than I did last year, to be honest. But no, I'm definitely like very honored, honored that my coach believed in me to put me in that position and my teammates supported me. But yeah.
That's fantastic.
yeah, similar to Ben, it was kind of something I always thought of coming in. And I know my sophomore year, my brother was, like Ben said, captain, so I kinda got to see that aspect of it, and that's kinda when I, like, seriously started thinking about it, because I always knew I kinda wanted, like, a bigger role on the team, and I wanted to impact people more than just like being on it. I just didn't exactly know how that was gonna be. And junior year, I was given the opportunity to run our Instagram,
Hmm.
and I did that this year as well. So that kind of gave me like a little like taste of like having more of a role on the team and being
Sure.
able to contribute and like help out. Um, and I love doing that. So for like senior year, I was like, yeah, like this is definitely something I want to do. And just like I wanted to be able to be there for my teammates in a bigger way. So yeah, I was definitely really happy I decided to do it and apply because I was like a little on the fence a little bit, but um, definitely very grateful again that I was given that opportunity because I think me and Ben have both grown a lot, especially this year. We work together a lot in a lot of stuff since like we're the only captains for each of our teams respectively. So it can be like a lot of work, and like Ben said, a lot of pressure.
Hmm.
Um, but I think us doing it together, like and helping each other out, was amazing, and we work really well together. So that was like great that it kind of worked out that way. But yeah, I think we both grew a lot, and I loved being captain. I think it was a lot of work, but definitely gave me kind of new insight on like ways that I can be a leader, even if it's not necessarily like being captain, but kind of like in the future. Um, and yeah, just like growing in general, learning new stuff. So
Sure.
yeah.
So growth is what
Mhm.
both of you have talked about a lot
Yeah.
through
Yeah, and
that.
like what Kylie said, like we're very like we're good friends. Like we've known each other for like since freshman year. But
Hmm.
like I think like we have like a certain bond where like we can talk to each other about like uncomfortable things. Like if I have to bring something up to her, like if there's like an argument or something like that, nothing like not a bad argument, just
Yeah. No,
and
I
stuff. You know
get
what I
you.
mean? Like I'd feel like I think we'd both be comfortable having like tough conversations like that to
Mhm.
like better the team. So that was
Absolutely.
nice knowing like having her there to help me.
That's
Aw.
great. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So again, growth. So let's talk about the growth of the program since you guys came here. So if both of you or one of you, whatever you want to talk about how you feel about the growth of this program from when you started here to where you guys are now.
Um, I think it was hard, at least our freshman year, because kind of like what I mentioned, it was the COVID year.
Hmm.
So things were definitely like very different. Like, we weren't competing like we would a normal season. I think we had like two, three meets. Like only one of them was in
Yeah.
person. And even like practicing was so different. Like we weren't practicing as much, and we would be like on opposite ends of the lane. Like it was crazy. But so I think the environment overall on like the team was very different just because I also don't think everyone really got to know each other as well because of like the restrictions and stuff.
Hmm.
Um so I think maybe that's why at least our grade bonded so much is cuz like we were kind of just all left together like all the freshmen. But I think over the years the the environment changes every year depending on like who graduates and like new people that come in, but I think it's gotten a lot better. Um, and kind of like what Ben said before, like I feel like our team is pretty close. Like we all practice together. Like a lot of our practices are mixed, men and women, so we're with each other every single day. But yeah, I think I don't know what you have to say about that.
No, like definitely from like COVID to now, it's a big change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think on the men's side there was like 10 of us my freshman year. Like people were dropping the team because like of the stress of COVID and just like
Hmm.
it like some people that's not like they didn't want to like compete if like with all these like limitations like 2 to 3 meets and
Hmm.
like it's just not like a normal season. So a lot of people did leave because of that.
It was
But
a lot of like
it was
upperclassmen, so that
upperclassmen,
was
yeah.
like hard.
It was like kind
Yeah.
of
Sure.
like all at once. There was like a decent amount of them, but for those that like stuck through it, like especially like most of the freshmen, like we've just kind of been going through each year and just things have been changing each year. But no, it's definitely nice to have all 15 of us like together at the end of all of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of us.
Wow. That is a lot.
Yeah.
Through the years that you both have been here, the swimming and diving team has made some immense growth. If you could go back in time to when you were choosing your college of choice in high school, would you both still choose Keene? Why or why not?
I would 100%. I originally, so when my brother came here, I was like, not coming here. This is his school. Um, he's 2 years older than me, so I kinda got to, like, see Keene and be around a little bit, and I was very adamant that I was not coming here. Um, and then I don't know what happened, but I came and met Chris, and I got to watch the team environment, and I loved it, and the energy that they had at meets, which I was privy to go to because my brother was on the team, so I got to kinda see that, but, um, I loved the campus and, like, the feel of it. It just felt very, like, homey. I think a lot of people say that, but,
Sure.
um, yeah, I would definitely pick here, and I've loved the coaching staff that we've had over the past 4 years, and even just, like, the environment still, I love it here, so I would definitely still come here, but
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Keen for sure. I honestly like didn't know if I wanted to do a sport in like college because I used to do like cross country and track and swim, but like picking between the two of them, like I just my legs were just like beat down. So I'm like, maybe I'll reach out to Chris, our coach, our head coach, because a lot of people from my town have they've swam here, so they gave me his number and I like reached out to him and he got me an overnight trip and I was paired with Kylie's brother, which is really funny.
Yeah,
And so I think like that trip kind of like made me realize that like this is like a place I really want to go to. The education program is really good here.
fantastic.
They help like they've been helping prepare me and many other students for when they get into the field. So like on the education side of things too, it's also awesome. Awesome choice.
That's
Go
great.
Owls.
Yeah, roll owls. Is there anything on your minds that either of you guys would like to discuss, whether that be through swimming or through just athletics in general or outside of athletics? Anything that may be on your minds that doesn't really get talked about much here at school that should be addressed in any way, shape, or form?
Um, I I feel like I've talked about this, like, a little bit with, like, my friends and stuff,
Hmm.
um, and I don't know if this is, like, special to just swimming, but I feel like there's something about swimming that's very therapeutic for, like, a lot of people, um, and I think it's just when you're, like, in the water, like, the noise, like, kinda cancels out, and you just kinda, like, get to get away from everything,
Hmm.
so I think a lot of people, like, on our team find swimming very, calming and helps a lot, like, mental health-wise, so I think yeah, it, like, means a lot more to some people than just, like, competing and
Hmm.
winning stuff, and, like, I know at least for me, that's definitely something that I didn't realize that until COVID happened because like, we couldn't swim for so long, um, but yeah, it's definitely, like, a weird, like, transition, like, once the season's over to not like swimming as much anymore, and I know, this year they're implementing, like, swimming
Yeah.
once a week now that the season's over. We didn't get to experience that. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but, uh, yeah, I think maybe it's like that for all sports, but I think that's just, like, a commonality that, like, a lot of swimmers or maybe just athletes, like, experience, and I don't think maybe it's talked about a ton, but
I like
mm,
that.
Yeah, I think like for most of us too, a lot of us have been doing it for many years. I don't know about you, Kylie, but like it's been like 14 years of like swimming.
yeah.
So it's definitely like
That's crazy.
it's definitely like it's like a love. It's a love hate relationship, but it's like mostly love. It's it mean like I don't know. It's like when you have a sport that means a lot to you, like you, it's like your life and it
Yeah.
becomes your
Mhm.
personality. It's just like it's like who you are, and I think that's really cool with all sports. Just like what sports do to people
Yeah.
brings them together.
Two very good answers to a new question that I decided to bring out for
I
this
like
one.
it.
All right. So finally, could you guys leave a message for the future generation of Keene State athletes to come? Like, give them some inspiration on why this school should be their number one choice.
I would say just put everything you have um, into your sport, into the school, because I feel like really what you put in, you're going to get out. Um, I feel like really immersing yourself into the culture here, and whether that be like going to games or like events at the Red Fern or whatever it is, like I had done a trip to Nepal like through the honors program. So really
Wow.
just like immersing yourself into everything, like you're really gonna get out so much. And really just like making the most of the years you have here. I feel like Keene is really a special place for like a lot of people, and I feel like it's just an amazing place to really grow as a person and um, really like get a good like college experience. I feel like a lot of people I've met here, everyone's so nice. Athletics wise, everyone like supports each other. Like everyone loves sports here, so I feel like
Yeah.
um yeah, just really give it everything you have and you're going to get a lot out of it, and that's just like the most you can ask for, I think.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I think just like get involved with your campus, whether that be like athletics or different clubs. There's a lot of clubs. There's a lot of you get an on-campus job. You can join Greek life to just do something because this school is just like you can meet so many like amazing people. I'm involved in Greek life also, so I have Greek life athletics. I work at the rec center. I just
You might not make a lot, but
Hey,
oh,
you'll
I
$8 an
make a
hour is
lot.
you'll
$8 an hour. I
Yeah,
mean,
hey, they
what can we
raised it
say?
to 9, so
yeah. It's just
you
you
meet,
make
talk to a lot of people, so
that's true. You meet like so many different people here. Like our campus is very it's not massive. You can like
Mhm.
just doing stuff like outside, like that doesn't involve like school or anything really. Like you can meet like so many people. I've met like tons of people. I think I know like most of this campus, honestly,
Yeah.
with the different things that I've been involved in. But it definitely like it like gives me more experience in like different areas and leadership experience for like my future. So
Mm,
Great answers again. Fantastic. I love it. I love to hear the love for Keen and everything like that. It always makes me feel happy that I'm here.
yeah,
It's really cool.
yeah.
So to everybody watching and to people who might want to come here, you've heard it from everybody week by week by week. This is episode 6, the 6th and 7th actually person to be on the show. Both agree that Keene is the place to go. So make sure you come here because you won't regret it. I promise you. But that'll be all for this week. Again, I want to thank both of you guys for coming on the show. This has
thank
been
you.
very fun. This has
This
been
is
very
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
I like the 2 people at a time thing. It's new,
Yeah.
but I love it. And yeah, so thank you again to the Equinox for giving me a platform, and I look forward to next week. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.